Good morning everybody. Today we are going to continue the topic nationalism in India. In the previous class we have discussed what is nationalism, how nationalism is developed in a country, and a country like India, how nationalism has developed along with the anti-colonial movements. The anti-colonial movements have given birth to what we call the nationalistic feeling in India. So today we shall go and discuss why non-cooperation movement was started. What is it? Why non-cooperation movement was started in India against the British rule. Gandhiji has very clearly mentioned in his book Hind Swaraj. What is the name of the book? Hind Swaraj. In his book Hind Swaraj, Mahatma Gandhi has very clearly indicated that because of the cooperation of the Indians, the British rule or the colonial rule is existing. The British rule or the colonial rule is existing in India. So Gandhiji has decided, let us not cooperate with the British administration, let us not cooperate with the British rulers, then we can expect what we call freedom from this British rule as the earliest possible. So Mahatma Gandhi wanted non-cooperation against the British. So in the years 1921, a non-cooperation movement has begun in India against the British rule. And we all know very well what are the reasons behind this. Before this non-cooperation movement, there was a big incident in India. Now let us move ahead with the non-cooperation movement that has taken place in India and which was launched by Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi led the non-cooperation movement in which Mahatma Gandhi has very clearly indicated, very clearly has told to his followers that throughout the non-cooperation movement, what should be followed? Non-violence should be followed. Because Gandhiji was like what we call Satyagraha. As we have discussed in the previous class, Satyagraha. Satyagraha means a search for truth. A Satyagrahi searches for truth. And a Satyagrahi will fight with his oppressor. In a very, very non-violent way. Who is the oppressor here in our discussion? It is the British. It is the colonial rulers. It is the British who are the oppressors for Indians, and we are fighting. We are fighting for our independence through a method which is an ideal method advocated by Mahatma Gandhi, that is Satyagraha. Let us go into the details of the non-cooperation movement which began in the year 1921 under the leadership of the great leader. Who is he? Under the great leader Mahatma Gandhi. Who is he, mister? Please come, my dear Sujan. Who is he? Mahatma Gandhi. What was the movement started by Mahatma Gandhi now? Non-cooperation movement. What was the method advocated by Mahatma Gandhi? Satyagraha. What is it? Satyagraha. Satyagraha is a violent movement, violent method or a non-violent method? No. Please say loudly.
Non-violent method.
Yes, Satyagraha is a non-violent movement which was started by Mahatma Gandhi. Very good. Please take your seat. So Mahatma Gandhi, who has started the non-cooperation movement in 1921, this movement, what were the different actions? Different what we call incidents that have taken place in the non-cooperation movement. For example, when we put our focus on non-cooperation movement in the towns, the non-cooperation movement in towns. How was the non-cooperation movement? How people have expressed their non-cooperation with the British, with the oppressor. Number one, we see the middle class in thousands have participated in the movement. Most of the middle class people have participated in the non-cooperation movement, expressing their anguish, expressing their discontentment, expressing their dissatisfaction against the colonial rulers. Who are the colonial rulers? Yes, Rujan, who are the colonial rulers? Please come and tell. Who are the colonial rulers?
British.
The British. The British are the colonial rulers. Please sit down. And here the students have left their schools, left their colleges. See how the people, how we are expressing our non-cooperation with the British. Most of the students have left their schools, have left their colleges, even the teachers, the headmasters, all have resigned to their jobs. Why? As a protest. As a protest against the British. They are expressing their non-cooperation movement against the British. The headmasters, the teachers also have resigned to their jobs. Not only that, lawyers have given up their lucrative what we call practice. Lawyers have left their practice. No, we don't want to practice. We don't want to do any legal practice. The lawyers have left their practice when the call was given by Mahatma Gandhi for non-cooperation. Not only that, many goods, foreign goods were boycotted. Foreign goods were boycotted. Already we have discussed in the previous Swadeshi movement, where Swadeshi goods were ignored. Swadeshi goods were given up. And what was accepted? Videshi goods or Swadeshi goods? Swadeshi goods were accepted and Videshi goods were boycotted. Boycotted means voluntarily giving up. We don't want to use the foreign goods. Why? Because this was also one of the what we call clarion call given by Mahatma Gandhi to use Indian goods which he named as Khadi. Okay, Indian goods, Khadi. He advocated Khadi, use Khadi, and everyone has to make a practice of using the charkha. Okay, using the charkha became what we call, I told you in the previous class. Charkha became the symbol of nationalism. What became the symbol of nationalism? Yes, Sujan, please come and tell to your friends what became the symbol of our nationalism? Charkha. Charkha became the symbol of nationalism. What was to be boycotted?
Foreign goods.
Foreign goods to be boycotted means Videshi goods to avoid and what to accept?
Swadeshi goods.
Swadeshi goods. Very good. Please take your seat. Swadeshi goods to be accepted and Videshi goods to be boycotted. Okay. Not only that, even the foreign goods were put to fire. Put to fire, which we use bonfire. Okay, foreign goods were put to bonfire. See how the call of Mahatma Gandhi for non-cooperation movement is going on at a high swing. At a high swing means bonfire in a sense, voluntarily putting the foreign goods to fire. Nobody is forcing us. It is out of our voluntary desire, out of our love for the nation, out of nationalism, we are giving up the foreign goods and accepting the Indian goods. This is how the movement slowly started against the British, a non-cooperation movement. Not only that, so many liquor shops were boycotted, or we use a separate word here, picketed. Picketed. See the word? The liquor shops were picketed. Means picket in the sense standing at the entrance of the shop and not allowing the people to come and consume. Let us have a demonstration. Please come over here. Hand join in hands. Okay, hand join in hands, and we can call another boy, come here. You can see here, this is a shop, a liquor shop for example. We are joining hands and we are not allowing the people to enter. You please come. Yes. Now he is entering into the liquor shop, but we are standing at the entrance and we are not allowing him. No, please go. Please go. Please don't cultivate this habit of drinking liquor. Boycott. Okay, because we are not here to cooperate with the British, we are extending our non-cooperation. Picketing means blocking the entrance of the shop and not allowing the people to purchase or consume. Okay? Yes, thank you. Please sit down. So picketing is not allowing the people by standing at the entrance. So this movement has taken its very good what we call momentum, we can say. Momentum is speed. The momentum of the non-cooperation movement was very high in the towns and cities. Okay, most of the places were towns only, not cities like today. We cannot expect cities like today in the before the independence period. And what was made very popular during this period? I told you, one was Khadi. Khadi was made very popular by Mahatma Gandhi, and the dash became the symbol. What became the symbol of nationalism? Yes, it is the charkha that became the symbol of nationalism. Now when you talk about the rebellion in the countryside means the rural side. Okay, in the rural areas, how was the reaction of the people? How was the rebellion has taken place against the British in the countryside? What is meant by countryside? Rural India or the rural side of India. In the countryside also, there was reaction against the British. Here you can see some people like Baba Ramachandra. Baba Ramachandra, who was a sannyasi, he led a movement. He led a peasants movement, because in India there were so many problems for the peasants also. You know that Indian peasants are having problems in the past, of course in the present also. But when we look into the British times, during the colonial rule, the peasants were having a lot of problems paying high level of taxes. In your previous classes also you have learnt what were the different land revenue collection policies were introduced by the British. For example, the permanent settlement system. When you go back to your previous classes, you just recall. Okay, the permanent settlement system, the Mahalwari system, I hope you are able to recollect. The Mahalwari system and the Rayatwari system. The permanent settlement system, the Mahalwari system and the Rayatwari system. What are these three types of systems? They are the systems of collecting the taxes from our farmers. Okay, they are the three systems through which the Britishers used to collect the taxes from the farmers as a revenue for the administration. And that's how even in the villages there were so many problems for our peasants, and that peasants movement was led by Baba Ramachandra. Okay, a sannyasi. He was a sannyasi and he was a person of indentured labor. See the new word for you? Indentured labor. I think I have written here. So I will write here, he was a sannyasi and he was an indentured labor. Indentured laborer. I have it. Indentured labor. Indentured labor from where? From Fiji. From Fiji Islands you have come over here after serving as an indentured laborer. The word, remember this children, indentured labor is that which is from where labor is extracted through a contract. A contract is signed between the owner and the laborer for a period of time. Until that period of time he cannot leave that job. Means leave that work as a laborer. That is called indentured labor. Means a forced labor through a contract, we can say. Through a contract. Signing a contract and working for that owner. Okay. That is called indentured labor. So who worked as an indentured labor? Baba Ramachandra, who was a sannyasi. He led the peasants movement in Awadh. Look here. Awadh. This is the place which we know as Awadh. Look here, Awadh. Locate Awadh here, and this is what we call United Provinces. We also call it as United Provinces. Okay. So in this place, Awadh, who led the movement? It was Baba Ramachandra, who was a sannyasi. Very good movement, and this movement was against the local leaders also who used to suppress and who used to exploit the peasants in the rural areas. Who were those? The talukdars and the landlords. The rich landlords and the talukdars, they were oppressive. They were oppressive towards our Indian peasants, to our Indian farmers. So against these talukdars, against the landlords, who led the movement? Baba Ramachandra. Baba Ramachandra. What was the labor he was in contract with? Indentured labor. It was the indentured labor in which has completed by him. What was the place where he was taken as an indentured labor? Very good. It was Fiji. Look here. Fiji. Okay, it was Fiji where he served as a indentured labor. But later he extended his services in the national movement of our country and he led the peasants against the talukdars and against the landlords in this movement. Okay, so all this movement is going in which movement? The major movement, the non-cooperation movement, for which Mahatma Gandhi ji has given a call. Next, these peasants, the peasants also were under Begar. Look here, Begar. B-E-G-A-R. B-E-G-A-R. What is Begar? Begar is a forced labor. Listen carefully. Forced labor without wages. Without wages. No wages will be given. It is a forced labor. Okay, it is a forced labor without wages. सिर्फ आपको खाना पीने के लिए कुछ देंगे, आपको कुछ पैसा कुछ नहीं देंगे. There is no labor way, or we call it as wages, no wages. It is like a slavery. Begar means forced labor without wages. Remember, and that was done with our peasants. Our peasants have suffered. They have undergone this begar during this colonial administration or colonial rule. And for the sake of these farmers, there was an organization that was set up by two important personalities. What was that Sabha? Audh Kisan Sabha. Audh Kisan Sabha, which was led by J.N. means Jawaharlal Nehru ji. Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, can we see Jawaharlal Nehru? Yes. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, and Baba Ramachandra. These two people has led this Sabha, which is called Audh Kisan Sabha. Audh Kisan Sabha was led. Remember, please, because this may be coming in the MCQs. We don't have MCQs presently in class 10. Okay, but they may be asked as 1 mark questions. You have 2 mark questions in the beginning. Okay, 2 mark questions. In that, there may be one question clubbed with another question. So, one of the questions may be, who led the Audh Kisan Sabha? Name the 2 persons who led the Audh Kisan Sabha. It is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Baba Ramachandra. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Baba Ramachandra. Is it clear to all? Yes, shall we move ahead? Okay. Now coming to the most important incident that has taken place in our freedom movement. Okay, what is that? Bardoli Satyagraha. Bardoli Satyagraha. This Bardoli Satyagraha was taken up or led by, means under the leadership of who? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Now we just have a look over Patelji's portrait. So Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has led the Bardoli Satyagraha in Gujarat. We will look at the map also. First we have a look at the great leader who has led the famous Bardoli Satyagraha, which was appreciated a lot, and he was called by the people as Sardar. Then itself he got the title Sardar, यानी the leader. सरदार का मतलब क्या होता है? Leader, one who has led the movement successfully. Who was he?
Sardar
Yes, it is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel who led the successful movement, that is Bardoli movement, which is known in the history as Bardoli Satyagraha. Bardoli Satyagraha, because every person who was participating in the movement is a Satyagrahi. We made it very clear in the beginning. Every follower of Mahatma Gandhi is obviously a Satyagrahi. A Satyagrahi will fight for his justice, for his requirements. How? In a violent or non-violent way? We will ask our friend. Okay, a Satyagrahi fights in a violent or non-violent way?
Non-violent way.
Very good. And who is the Satyagrahi at Bardoli?
Sardar Vallabhbhai.
Very good. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. What was the movement of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel?
Bardoli Satyagraha.
Bardoli Satyagraha. Please take your seat. Bardoli Satyagraha. Why this movement was started? What was the reason? Because of the enhancement of the revenue collection on the peasants of Bardoli. Because, see, it is given very clearly here. Bardoli Satyagraha was started or led by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel against the enhancement of land revenue. Though the peasants were suffering because of the crop failures, the Britishers will have no mercy, no humanitarian feelings for the peasants, and they were eagerly waiting for the revenue collection from the peasants. Okay, not only that, enhancing the revenue collection means increasing the revenue collection. Okay, not just taking the previous vertical revenue from the farmers. Instead, they increase the revenue collection. So, against the increased revenue collection, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has led a movement in the continuously to have a oral drilling. What is that? 1928 Bardoli Satyagraha led by Vallabhbhai Patel. But after this movement, he became Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Clear all of you? In which year? 1928. And this Satyagraha is known as Bardoli Satyagraha. Let us see where this Bardoli is located. Yes, it is in Gujarat. Yes, this is Gujarat. Okay, all of you? This is Gujarat, and here you have to locate Bardoli Satyagraha, which was led by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, which is a very famous and very popular movement during this non-cooperation movement, which was led by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Satyagraha, Gujarat. Now let us see how was the movement in the plantations. In the tea plantations also, there are small farmers, there are small laborers who are living in the plantation. Which plantation generally? Tea plantations. In tea plantations also, the people were eagerly waiting for the Swaraj, for the freedom. For the freedom from where? From the working conditions, from the labor, what we call conditions, hard labor conditions. So they wanted to have freedom from what we call the planters. Okay, who are the planters generally? Either the moneylenders or the landlords or the European landlords or European planters we say. So under them our Indian peasants were working, or Indian laborers were working, and for them what is it? If Swaraj means free from their labor, free from their what we call hard working nature and enhancement of their wages. Now let us talk about the Swaraj in the plantations. Let us see. And during this period, the tea gardeners, those people who are working in the tea gardens, they wanted freedom from their planters. They wanted freedom from the planters, and at the same time, they wanted to be free from this act. What is that act? This you have to note down. Inland Emigration Act of 1859. Inland Emigration Act of 1859. What is meant by inland emigration? No movement within the land, from within the land. From within the land. England nahi hai. England means that is द कॉलोनियल रूलर्स का जो उनका देश है वो इंग्लैंड है. यहाँ इंग्लैंड मीन्स विद इन द लैंड. Here they were not permitted to leave the tea estates. Who are not permitted to leave the tea estates?
Laborers.
The people who are working, the workers of the tea plantations. जब कितना ये है, means they were forced to stay in the tea plantations only. They were not allowed to move from one place to another freely. Are we free to move from one place to another today? Yes, we are very free to move from one place to another. See how we are migrating from one state to another for different purposes. Maybe for educational purposes, maybe for our livelihood, maybe for higher studies, okay, or maybe for job opportunities. We are going from state to state. But in those days, under the Act, Inland Emigration Act of 1859, this is very important. You have to note it down because they may ask you, in which year the Inland Emigration Act was passed? By whom? By the colonial rulers. By the colonial rulers. In which year? In which year Inland Emigration Act was passed?
1859.
1859. According to this, the tea workers are not allowed to leave the tea plantations. Is it clear? According to this act, the people who are working in the tea plantations, means our workers, Indian workers, they were not allowed to leave the tea plantations. Is it clear? Tell me. They were not permitted or permitted?
They are not permitted.
They are not permitted. Loudly. Say loudly.
They are not permitted.
To leave the tea plantations. According to which act?
Inland Emigration.
Very good. Very nicely said. Inland Emigration Act of 1859. And for them, freedom from these planters is like a Swaraj. They were shouting the slogan, Swatantra Bharat ki Jai. What is it? Swatantra Bharat ki Jai. They want India to be independent and free from these type of oppressive and repressive acts. They want to be free from this type of oppressive and repressive and also suppressive. Because यहाँ suppress किया जा रहा है, इनके आजादी को कुचला जा रहा है, इनके आजादी को दबाया जा रहा है. See, anybody what you call control within the four walls, it is like what you call suffocation, है ना? सांस नहीं खिलेगी. So these people were not allowed to cross the tea plantations according to the Inland Emigration Act of 1859. And this was how the movement was going on. But one fine day, we cannot say a fine day, it was almost a bad day. Why? Because at one place in India, in place called Uttar Pradesh, at that time this area I told you, it was known as United Provinces. So in the year 1922, when the movement was going at a high swing, when the movement was going very successfully, a violent incident takes place at a place called Chauri Chaura in the present Uttar Pradesh. Chauri Chaura. Okay. This you have to locate here, children. Chauri Chaura here in Uttar Pradesh. A violent incident happened. How the protesters have burned the police station. They have burned the police station and number of police were killed in this incident. Okay, and that violent incident in the history of India is known as the Chauri Chaura incident. Because the place name is Chauri Chaura. Okay, the Chauri Chaura incident, where is it? It is in Uttar Pradesh, as we have located just now here in Uttar Pradesh. Once again, have a look over here. This is Uttar Pradesh, and in the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh, present Uttar Pradesh please. In the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh, you need to locate Chauri Chaura, one of the important places in the map skills please. Chauri Chaura. This incident has made Gandhiji unhappy. Why? You know that. Why it made Gandhiji unhappy? Because Gandhiji always believed in non-violent methods of fighting against the colonial rulers. Non-violent methods of fighting with any colonial ruler or any oppressor. That's why he gave a call for Satyagraha. Satyagraha, an ideal weapon to fight with the oppressor. An ideal weapon to fight with the oppressor. So this incident of Chauri Chaura made Gandhiji to give a call of immediately Mahatma Gandhi in the year 1922. In the year 1922, Mahatma Gandhi gave a call to stop the non-cooperation movement. Immediately, the non-cooperation movement was stopped in the year 1922. In the year 1922, non-cooperation movement was completely stopped. When at that moment, when it was going at a full swing, at a full momentum it was going on, but still Gandhiji did not like the way how the non-cooperation movement was going on, because it has taken a violent turn. It has taken a violent turn which is against the principles of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so hence the non-cooperation movement which was started in 2021 has taken a long journey. Okay, so many things have taken place. So many people have non-cooperated with the British, starting with the children, with the students boycotting the classes, headmasters and teachers resigning to their jobs, lawyers leaving their legal practice. Okay, and in the towns also we have seen there were so many changes that have taken place. And coming to the rural areas also, people like Baba Ramachandra also led the peasants movement. Okay, and even in Gujarat Bardoli, our Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has led a movement which is called Bardoli Satyagraha, and ultimately we can see in the year 1922 itself the Satyagraha movement was stopped, and later on other movements continued up to 1922 के बाद क्या रुक गया? देश के आजादी के लिए जो जंग थी वो रुक गई, नहीं रुकी, because it went on. Even in 28 you have seen Bardoli Satyagraha was taken. In 23 also we see the formation of the party. Which party it is? Swaraj Party. 1923 Swaraj Party was established by two important leaders. One is Motilal Nehru, the other one is C.R. Das. C.R. Das. These two people were not happy with the suspension of non-cooperation movement by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, they felt that when the movement was going on with a full momentum, Mahatma Gandhi gave a break for that movement. That was their individual perception. Okay, so immediately in the year 1923, Motilal Nehru as well as C.R. Das, yani Chittaranjan Das, they formed a party which is known as Swaraj Party. I will make a note here. What was the party? Swaraj Party was established. Swaraj Party established by or founded by
C.R. Das
yes
and
C.R. Das,
Motilal,
okay, and
father of
Motilal Nehru. And Motilal Nehru. These two people followed or found what we call the Swaraj Party in the year 1923, because they wanted to now contest in the elections and be a part of the British administration. Okay, because they were not happy with the suspension of what we call the non-cooperation movement by Mahatma Gandhi. So 1923 what happened? The establishment of Swaraj Party. Is it clear of you? Swaraj Party. Next we have seen the Bardoli Satyagraha after 22, 23, 25. Okay, now coming to 1929. If you go in the sequence, year 1929. What happened in the year 1929? In the freedom struggle, in the freedom movement for the country, there were so many incidents that have taken twists and turns for the freedom movement of our country. 1929. Very important year, all of you have remember. 1929. A Congress session was held. This is very important year for you to remember. 1929 Congress session has taken place. You know that Congress is the representative of all the people of India in the freedom struggle. What is Congress? You know that already we discussed. INC, Indian National Congress, is a representative of the people of India in the struggle for independence. And that INC, Indian National Congress, has convened a meeting, a session. Session का मतलब क्या होता है? Meeting. In the Congress session of 1929, where was it held? Held at Lahore. Lahore at present is not in Pakistan, India. It is in Pakistan. आज के दिन में पाकिस्तान में है लाहौर. Once upon a time, it was a part of India. Okay. So Congress session was held at Lahore. Okay, and during this period, during the 1929 Congress session held at Lahore, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the president. Okay, you know that every year president will be selected for the party, INC. Okay, who was the president? Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was president of INC. President of INC. Come here, Sujan. Can you tell me what is the full form of INC?
Indian National Congress.
Very good. Once again.
Indian National Congress.
Yes. Who was the president of Indian National Congress in the year 1929?
Jawaharlal Nehru.
Jawaharlal Nehru. Can we see the picture of Jawaharlal Nehru once again? Yes. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Please hold it. Yeah. Who is he?
Jawaharlal Nehru.
Why we are talking about him?
Because he is the president of INC.
In which year?
1929.
At which place?
Lahore.
Lahore. Where is Lahore at present?
In Pakistan.
Pakistan. Very good. Very good answer. Please take your seat. So, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the president of INC, made a big call over here. What is that? Very important incident. That is Purna Swaraj. We will write that side. महात्मा गांधी जितना रोल प्ले किया था उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट रोल होगा जवाहरलाल नेहरू इन द फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल. He gave a call. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave a call for Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj. Who gave the call for Purna Swaraj?
Jawaharlal.
Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, or we call this Purna Swaraj as complete independence. Complete independence. This is right here. Complete independence. Complete independence means we don't want any sort of what we call compromise with the independence. We don't want dominion status, freedom with your interference. Okay, British dominion status का मतलब क्या होता है? Freedom with some allegiance and obedience towards the government. Which government? British government. So we don't want that. We want Purna Swaraj, complete independence. This is very important. And this place, I told you, it is not a part of India at present. It is a part of what we call Lahore, Pakistan. You can see here. You can see Lahore here. Please come closer here. Yeah, this is Lahore, which is not a part of India today. This is our India. This is our boundary. Once upon a time, this was a part of India. See, look at my index finger. Yes, this is Lahore. Okay. So, in the year 1929, a Congress session under the presidency of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru has asked for Purna Swaraj. Whether you declare Purna Swaraj or not, we are going to celebrate Independence Day on 26 January 1930. That was declared. 26 January 1930. So in this session, Nehruji has declared 26 जनवरी 1930 एज इंडिपेंडेंस डे। हमने तो नहीं मनाया, बट द डेट बिकेम ए पार्ट ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस फॉर अस आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस। हम लोगों को इंडिपेंडेंस मिलने के बाद ये डेट को हमने बहुत अहम माना है, 26 जनवरी। दैट्स व्हाई 26 January, which is a important date in the history of India, we have taken it as a date for our Republic Day. That's why 26 January 1950 we brought our constitution into implementation, means into force. Why 26 January selected? डाउट होता है ना हमको, तो ये डेट का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस, बहुत अहम है हमारे हिस्ट्री में, हमारे इतिहास में। Why long back in 1929 Nehru ji declared that 26 January 1930 will be our Independence Day, इसलिए हमने 26 जनवरी को लिया। ओके, सो ये बहुत बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट इंसिडेंट है हमारे इतिहास में, यानी 1929 लाहौर सेशन बहुत अहम रखता है हमारे इतिहास में। इन आवर हिस्ट्री इट प्लेज एन इम्पोर्टेंट डेट, इम्पोर्टेंट रोल एज ए date, because in this session only Nehru ji has declared for Purna Swaraj or complete independence. Okay, so we'll go to the next point. अभी हम चलते हैं बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट इंसिडेंट के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। After 1929 we come to the year 1930. 1930 इसका भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस है। What happened in 1930? 1930 it is the year of civil disobedience movement। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, याद रखना पड़ेगा आपको। इंपॉर्टेंट ईयर फॉर सिविल डिसओबीडियंस मूवमेंट। सिविल disobedience movement, which was led by Mahatma Gandhi. Civil disobedience movement, which was led by Mahatma Gandhi. दिखाई दे रहा महात्मा गांधी जैसा? ओके, क्या लिखना? Imagine here Gandhi ji, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, and this is also known as Salt Satyagraha. What do we call it as? Salt Satyagraha. Salt Satyagraha. Now Mahatma Gandhi was very intelligent to pick up a issue, to pick up a problem that was very, very important for the nation. That is imposing of what we call tax on the salt, or we can say the right to make the tax, right to make the salt. Right to make the salt was taken into hands by the British government. The colonial government has ordered that only the British or the English have the power to manufacture or to make the salt. ये कहाँ का इंसाफ है? इंडियन salt, okay, हर एक का अधिकार है। It is a salt of all the people of India, and here the restrictions were put on Indians that no Indian shall prepare the salt. And salt, you know that it is one of the major and very important ingredient in our food items, in our cooking. So ऐसे salt पर इन्होंने लगा दिया एक कानून। A salt law was imposed on Indians that nobody shall prepare the salt. It is only the British or the colonial rulers who can prepare the salts. So as a protest, Mahatma Gandhi led a movement called the Civil Disobedience Movement, जिसको हम दूसरे नाम से जानते हैं Salt Satyagraha. Who started this? महात्मा गांधी। चलो महात्मा गांधी एक बार देखते हैं फिर से। Okay. महात्मा गांधी led the Salt Satyagraha. आओ सृजन, देखो महात्मा गांधी जी को क्या लिए थे? पकड़ो। Yes. Who led the movement?
Mahatma Gandhi.
What was the movement led by Mahatma Gandhi?
Salt Satyagraha.
Salt Satyagraha. Why was the Indians not allowed to prepare the salt?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Who are having the monopoly? यानी सर्वाधिकार किसके हाथ में चला गया?
British.
Very good. The whole powers of manufacturing or making the salt went into the hands of a British. That's why who started the salt satyagraha?
महात्मा गांधी.
Yes, it is the Mahatma Gandhi who led the salt satyagraha. गांधी ने ये सफर, ये मूवमेंट कहाँ से शुरू किया और कहाँ तक चले गए. ओके, प्लीज, थैंक यू. प्लीज टेक योर सीट. लेट्स मूव अहेड. चलो हम चलते हैं गुजरात. Yes, now we start our journey from Gujarat because Mahatma Gandhi has started his movement from his ashrama. हम सबको मालूम है महात्मा गांधी का आश्रम सबरमती में. Okay, he started his movement from Sabarmati. Please look at my index finger. Right, this is Sabarmati. From here, Mahatma Gandhi started his movement. And he led the movement up to an important place here called Dandi. Dandi कहाँ है? In the southern part of Gujarat. यहाँ तक आएंगे हम नीचे. ओके, डांडी यहाँ रुक जाएंगे. भरूच, सूरत तो यहाँ दिया नहीं गया है. डांडी का प्लेस यू कैन लुक ओवर हियर. It is up to here. Mahatma Gandhi led here the movement called that Dandi movement. Which movement? Dandi movement. कौन सा स्टेट है, कौन सा राज्य है? गुजरात. It is in Gujarat that Mahatma Gandhi led his movement. और इस मूवमेंट में एक important point that you have to remember is this movement initially was started by Mahatma Gandhi with his 78 followers who are his sincere followers. ये बहुत important point है. How many people were there with Mahatma Gandhi, including Mahatma Gandhi? Okay. महात्मा गांधी भी थे मूवमेंट में, अकेले नहीं. And how many people have taken part in this in the beginning? It is, yes, I am putting it in the bold letters so that you can remember for a long period of time. 78 volunteers who are very good followers, staunch followers, बहुत जबरदस्त followers, staunch followers of Mahatma. I am just putting you in the form of a image, in the form of Mahatma Gandhi. ऐसा Mahatma Gandhi started the movement, Salt Satyagraha movement, with how many volunteers? 78 volunteers से शुरू किया. बाद में सफर में on the way to Dandi, number hundreds and thousands of people followed Mahatma Gandhi to Dandi. That is the greatness of Mahatma Gandhi. A man of non-violence, a man of simplicity, a man of truthfulness. Because he followed Satyagraha. Satyagraha is nothing but in search of truth. In search of truth. सच्चाई की खोज में. और अपने अप्रेसर से कैसे लड़ना सिखाया? Violent or non-violent? Non-violent methods से सिखाया. So Mahatma Gandhi, who led this movement from Sabarmati to Dandi, a long journey, not in an aeroplane, not in the train, not in the bus. All his journey from Sabarmati to Dandi was on foot. Okay, paidal. A long journey which was started by Mahatma Gandhi on 12th March. On 12th March 1930. 12th March 1930. It went up to 6th April. 6th April 1930. 6th April 1930. This was the period of Mahatma Gandhi's journey. In between you can see the joining of Srimati Sarojini Naidu also. The great freedom fighters among the women. Srimati Sarojini Naidu also joins hands with Mahatma Gandhi in this Salt Satyagraha. Not only Sarojini Naidu, Gandhi ji is a better half. गांधी जी से स्पाउस बोलते हैं. स्पाउस माने वाइफ. सिंपल वर्ड्स में आपको बोलेंगे वाइफ माने धर्मपत्नी. धर्मपत्नी महात्मा गांधी की श्रीमती कस्तूरबा गांधी. इन्होंने भी पार्टिसिपेट किया. She also taken the movement ahead when Mahatma Gandhi ji was arrested at Dandi. After reaching Dandi, Mahatma Gandhi from Sabarmati to Dandi, when Mahatma Gandhi reached there, he was arrested. He was arrested by the British. Okay, he was arrested by the British. But before his arrest, what Mahatma Gandhi वहाँ जाकर क्या किया? He took a fistful of salt on the coast of Dandi, and he has given a call to the British. Yes, you cannot put the tax. You cannot take the monopoly in the manufacturing of salt. Why? Because as water is essential for the humankind or to the mankind, and as the air is essential for the mankind, in the same way, this salt is also very important for the mankind's existence. हवा जितना जरूरी है सांस के लिए, ओके, पानी जितनी जरूरत है इंसान के लिए, उतनी ही जरूरत है ये नमक. And now I am breaking the salt law. I am violating the salt law by preparing the salt on the coast of कौन सा place? Dandi. Please come and show from Sabarmati to Dandi his journey. My dear Sujan. कहाँ गुजरात कहाँ है दिखाइए. Show the state Gujarat. Very good. Okay. Yes. Gujarat. Okay. Yes. Sabarmati दिखाइए. Yes. Here. Sabarmati. तो दांडी किस तरफ होगा? उस तरफ या नीचे आएंगे आप? नीचे. Very good. नीचे means south. The southern part of Gujarat will come down. Okay, long journey made by Mahatma Gandhi with how many volunteers?
78.
78 volunteers. Please take your seat. Okay. With 78 volunteers, Mahatma Gandhi started his journey and completed in April 6, 1930. And with that, he broke the salt law. And he has shaken the foundations of British. इतना बड़ा ब्रिटिश एम्पायर, a mighty British empire was shaken by Mahatma Gandhi with his simple method of non-violence and satyagraha. He made a long journey and he took a fistful of salt and declared that I am breaking the salt law. खत्म. एक छोटा आदमी, a man of simplicity, a man of truthfulness has broke the salt law.